Welcome back. You're tuning in to India Tonight, and well, it is Laapataa season's Laapataa Ladies season, as it has been selected as India's official entry to Oscars now, and the comedy drama premiered on OTT became fans' favorite in just a few days after receiving so much and well-deserved love by the audience and critics in India. Kiran Rao said that she's hoping that the film resonates with people across the world as well. The film Laapataa Ladies was competing against the big budget movies like Animal, Chandu Champion and Sam Bahadur, and is now the official entry to Oscars this year. But to tell you what, director of Laapataa Ladies is now joining us. Kiran Rao is here with us and here to speak with us. Hi Kiran, thank you so much for joining us today. Kiran, when you got the news of Laapataa Ladies making it to the Oscars as India's official entry, what was your reaction after, the reaction that the film received from the audience, from the critics? Is it something that you were expecting, or, while filming, did you get a sense that you were onto something very special?
Actually, my initial reaction was complete disbelief. I didn't believe it when my cousin texted on a family group that your film is India's entry. My reaction was one word, really, with 3 question marks, with complete disbelief. So to find myself here is sort of beyond my wildest dreams. I'm really, really delighted. I did hope that the film had the potential to come this far. I did hope that people would love it the way they did. And I did, have some dreams that maybe we'll be representing India on an international stage, but honestly, I didn't expect it. The audience actually has responded to a film in a way that I'm just completely, overwhelmed by the love, and people seem to have enjoyed it so much that I have had it from a lot of people who've watched the film who feel like, don't you think this film should go? And I said, it's a process, and if we are selected, it'll be a big honor, and that's what happened.
Right. Kiran, also cinema is, not just a mirror to the society, but also it has the power to change the human narrative. When you came up with the film, what was your thought behind it? And also, how do you use humor to highlight the plight of women?
Well, when we read this story, which is such a delightful little tale of 2 girls getting lost but eventually finding themselves, I felt it was the perfect vehicle to say a lot of things that I have been exploring through life as a creative person, as a woman. And I thought that humor would be the best way to say it, because it's the way that you can actually disarm people and charm people when you present a new or a difficult point of view, or show them the mirror, as you said. So we wanted to do a bit of both. We wanted to hold up a mirror, but also maybe open up a window of a new perspective, maybe challenge some preconceived notions. So it was, the attempt was to do it through humor, because we feel that this story is a universal story and can appeal to a lot of different kinds of people. And humor is the best way in that way to actually very subtly say whatever you want to say. All the messages kind of come through the humor. So that was our attempt, and I'm happy that we succeeded.
Right, Kiran, also, like you rightly mentioned, cinema has always been a powerful medium that transcends boundaries and starts a meaningful conversation. What is that one thing about Laapataa Ladies that you think will resonate with global audiences as well, and also the Oscar jury?
Well, I certainly think that the fact that this film has so many ideas and issues that women all over the world deal with on an everyday basis and face, I think that will be an important consideration when it's on a world stage, because I think that women are half the world. We hold up half the sky, and really it's time that our stories are seen more, our voices are heard more, and this film will go, I hope, some distance in reaching out to people and show that we have from India also such stories that are worthy of the international stage.
Right. Also, Kiran, of late we've seen that Bollywood or Hindi films industry has not really had a dream run, so to speak, at the box office. Given the lukewarm response from the audiences towards big ticket releases, do you think it's about time that the filmmakers also took cognizance of the fact that the content is what will drive the audience to the theatres and not the big stars now?
I think the Hindi film industry is well aware of that, and in this past 2 years when we've been trying to adjust to the changes that have happened since COVID-19, I feel we have also upped our game, and it'll be maybe a little bit slow to become the kind of box office successes that we perhaps had before COVID. But as you've seen this year, we've had several hits and very unusual storytelling, whether it is Stree 2, which has gone on to break records, or a small film like 12th Fail, or films like Crew, which was entirely fronted by 3 wonderful actresses. So I feel like there's a lot of variety and diversity in storytelling, and it's quite easy to assume that we are not, maybe as good as we were, but I think the Hindi film industry is still fit and fighting and has lots to offer to the world and to India.
Fit and fighting and lots to offer to India. But you also mentioned a few films like Cruise, 3-2. There was also Guneet Chadda's film that did well. Also Payal Kapadia's All We Imagine as Light has done very well at the Cannes Film Festival. Has the audience really matured now towards women representation and also women-oriented films? These films wouldn't have probably done that well just a few years back.
I do think that there's been a change, and you'll see actually across the board international film festivals have so many more films by women directors with a lot of interesting women characters and protagonists. So I think that the time is now. It's about time that women were well represented on the world stage in the entertainment industry. You'll look at Hollywood and you'll see how many more women are in positions of power and leading the storytelling there as well. So it's about time that the industries of the world included and encouraged women, that we had much more diversity in our industry, and it's only going to make all industries much richer if we have more women, more queer people, a lot of people from different backgrounds as part of the storytelling unit. Our films will be richer and audiences will have that much more diversity of storytelling to watch.
Right. Kiran, we have seen films that have not really done that well as a theatrical release, but has gone out to do wonders as an OTT release. Now, so there is almost a dichotomy of sorts where while the audience wants to watch good content, they don't really want to go to the theatres and shell out that money. What's your take on that?
I am of the opinion that it is a little bit of a transitional phase. There is so much content, and thanks to COVID, there was so much more access to the world of entertainment on OTTs. But I do think that the two can coexist, that the theatre and OTT are going to coexist, and hopefully theatre will come back to a position where people will want to be seeing much more in the cinema, because I personally feel that the experience of watching a film together in a darkened hall in a cinema theatre is really transformative. It has the power to actually connect us as human beings, because it's a communal kind of an experience that you have together. So I do think that theatrical business will increase. People, I hope, will come back. It'll need a lot of investment in the infrastructure of the theatre business, but I think both will have to do well. And for us as filmmakers, it's great that OTT is doing so well, and that we can, as consumers, also watch things from around the world on OTT. So really the health for both the industry and for the consumer is if both OTT and theatrical releases continue and do well.
Also, with the advent of OTT, you are a filmmaker who's a very integral part of this industry. Has the advent of OTT really changed the kind of talent that is coming to the fore, whether it is the script writers or the actors? Do you see better talent coming to the fore now? Earlier on, there were just two platforms. There was films and television. Now with OTT, a lot of new talent and more talented people are coming to the fore now.
There is a marked change, and it's a great change for the better. The coming of the streamers to our country has really brought fresh blood, fresh investment in ideas. So many more actors, writers, directors, producers have had a chance to test their ideas, to develop unusual stories that perhaps are meant for either serialized telling or were difficult stories to put on the big screen. So the coming of OTT has definitely brought a fresh lease of life to the industry.
Absolutely, Kiran. But thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us on ET Now. And here's wishing you all the very best for Laapataa ladies at the Oscars. Thank you so much for joining us. And well, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. But you don't go anywhere, because after the break, we're getting you the lead actor of Laapataa ladies, Parth Srivastava, on the other side of this break.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.